Land Cruiser engines not only leaked, but their power figures potentially have leaked. We're going to dive into that, of course, touch on the spreadsheet, and Lexus teases the new ES. We got a lot of electrified news to talk about today. Grab your snacks and drinks, buckle in, and let's go. We're in Australia. Cars Guide, Toyota Land Cruiser 300 series, big V6 diesel engine outputs leaked. Smaller engine smashes 200 series V8 on power and torque. The outgoing V8, the 1VD, was discontinued. As well as the 3UR GSC, the 5.7 liter, is being discontinued as well. And check out these numbers, guys. We're just going to get right into the meat and potatoes here. The 3.3 liter diesel engine will produce a whopping 230 kilowatts and 687 newton meters of torque, and that's coming with the 10-speed automatic, which really isn't a surprise. For current reference, the V8 diesel, the 1VD, has 200 kilowatts and 650 newton meters of torque. But it doesn't stop there, because they also are claiming that they have the twin turbo V6 numbers. And don't worry, we'll get in the spreadsheet and we'll convert it to horsepower and pound-feet if you're one of those imperial metric people like Americans. The V35A FTS that's in the LS500, this will be a different tuned version of it. 313 kilowatts and 589 newton meters of torque, again with the 10-speed automatic. A couple other details here. Of course, there's going to be a 3D terrain monitor. They're saying fingerprint scanner. 12.3-inch touchscreen with navigate. Well, that's like a given at this point. And the rest of the article is mainly just talking it up. We're supposed to get official Land Cruiser announcement by the end of this month, April. So let's head on over to the spreadsheet and let's compare to the numbers that I was hypothesizing for a while. And again, these numbers, just because they're leaked doesn't mean they're official. Definitely take it with a grain of salt. Okay, so column C here is what I originally thought was going to be in this V6 3.3 liter turbo diesel. But it looks like it's going to be much, much more powerful. So we're getting an extra 58 horsepower out of this thing, 308 horsepower, which is 230 kilowatts. And then when we go to torque, we're getting a little bit more than I was anticipating, which is great as well if this is the case. From 462 pound-feet to 506 pound-feet of torque, or 687 newton meters. That is amazing. And again, we're never going to see this 3.3 liter TNGA diesel here in the United States. I would love to see it in the Tundra. I'd love to see it, heck, even in the Tacoma. The Tacoma, oh man, that would be amazing. I'm not going to have fairy tales about it though and fantasize. But here we are with the twin turbo V6, the V35A FTS. And I was guessing that it would have around 400 horsepower. It has 416 horsepower in the LS500. And I thought maybe they would tune it more for torque and give it 470 pound-feet of torque. Well, this article is saying it's going to have 434 pound-feet of torque, which for me doesn't make any sense, because the LS500's V35 FTS, it's a mouthful, has 442 pound-feet of torque, if my memory serves me correctly, and 416 horsepower. Now, maybe it has less peak pound-feet of torque than the LS500's iteration, but maybe this 434 horsepower is available at idle or something like that. So I'm really interested to see how the power stacks up when it's officially announced. And guys, what do you think? Are you excited? I mean, I'm excited. And these numbers aren't that much different, really. But I'm so excited for this diesel. I wish we got this diesel in the United States. Fingers crossed, guys. I guess we can always hope. Hoping's slightly fun, but it also can lead us to massive letdowns. So, guys, we got other news to cover today. If you're excited for the Land Cruiser, though, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more Land Cruiser news, Tundra news, everything TNGA-F, body on frame, all the Toyota body on frame. I cover it extensively on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell icon so you do not miss it. Moving on, we're in China now. Going from Australia to China, the new Lexus ES will make its world premiere at the 2021 Shanghai International Auto Show. And before we get more into this ES, check this out. They're also going to be showing the LFZ electrified concept at the Shanghai International Auto Show. And scrolling down, they have, just a small paragraph talking about future of Lexus and where you can find the Lexus booth, etc. But what I want to talk about is this They gave a teaser trailer, which was pretty much a nothing burger, as teaser trailers tend to be. But I zoomed in on the back of this new ES, and really, it's the exact same on the back anyways as the current ES. So no design differences, at least on the hybrid. And how do we know we're looking at the hybrid? Well, we don't have exhaust tips or enclosures, and this is the exact same bumper that's on the ES300H. And you can't really make out the numbers and the badge here on the back, but I think it says 300H. That's the clearest image I could get of it. So taillights have not changed. I couldn't tell with the wheels. The wheels to me look like the noise canceling wheels we have on the current ES. Those are 18-inch wheels, I believe. What is different, what we know is different for sure, if we go back here, is the headlights. The headlights are just a little bit different, and I don't know how to feel about it yet. The enclosure looks to be identical. So the overall outline, what's different about it is the daytime running light has been shrunk. It used to go all the way to this edge, this inner edge right in here. And now they've shrunk it a little bit and it looks a little bit sharper, I guess. And the triple beams have been overdone as well, or redone. They look cheaper to me. And this, we saw these headlights, I think initially on the LS reveal when they announced the refreshed LS, where they took away the really, really gorgeous triple beams and the gorgeous daytime running lights, and they simplified it. They made it look less passionate, less emotional, in my opinion, and they made it more computerized and cyborg-like. It doesn't look as good to me. And these are the same triple beams in terms of these enclosures. We don't have the beautiful wafted eyes as we do on the ES, the outgoing ones, but like on the IS, they're the blocky, cheap-looking ones. Again, I think they look blocky. Well, they are blocky. I think they look cheap compared to the outgoing ones that look like eyeballs, like really, really cool, artistic eyeballs. These things just look like super uninspired blocks, and I'm not a big fan compared to the outgoing ones. I don't know why. They look cheaper to me, and guys, I'll leave it there. I could rant forever on triple beams. I love them in the Lexus, but I do believe, in my opinion, they've taken a step back on the design of the triple beams with this latest refresh. But what can we expect with this latest refresh of the ES? Well, we know it's going to look nearly identical based off the rear, and these headlights look almost identical besides all the things I nitpicked on them for. But could we expect a direct 4 powertrain coming into this vehicle? Because they are saying an all-new ES, but you have to, it's not an all-new. The only way it's an all-new is if they offer an all-new variant. And that could be an ES300H with a small electric motor in the back for all-wheel drive, which could be coming to Europe. Or it could mean a direct 4, which would be a 450H with a much more powerful electric motor in the back. The problem is that would need to be a plug-in hybrid to be in a direct 4 with about 300 horsepower and about 400 pound-feet of torque. That's the variant Lexus has teased to us. So if it's going to be a direct 4, it would have to be a plug-in hybrid. And we know Lexus is only bringing one plug-in hybrid here in 2021, or announcing one plug-in hybrid here in 2021, and that will be the NX 450H Plus. So I don't have high hopes up for the new ES. We're going to get a touchscreen on the inside, revised headlights, and that's about it. Maybe a small electric e-assist motor in the rear wheels for certain markets like Europe and China, and because we already have the ES250 all-wheel drive here, which is a joke in my opinion. But yeah, I'm a little fired up today if you guys can't tell, but we got more things to talk about. Coming soon, Toyota next step in electrification. So they're also going to be announcing Toyota's Beyond Zero, which was already leaked, right? I just covered that on the channel, BZ1 through BZ5, or my international followers, BZ1 through 5. And there's also going to be an X variant of all those models, hinting at all-wheel drive. And we got an image here of the front end of the new vehicle, which is going to be a slightly restyled version of the Subaru Evoltus. So I'm expecting at best 300 miles of range and around 300 horsepower with all-wheel drive trim enabled. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get more information, not just a production version, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's going to be coming, you know, in a year. And we're not going to tell you anything else about it except here's the interior and exterior, which is probably what's going to happen. But hopefully they give us all the details, all the stats, range, power, availability, trims, pricing, etc. But I'm not going to get my hopes up because I know better too. A couple more things before I let you go. Honda also is having things for the Shanghai Motor Show. It's not just Toyota, Lexus, of course, as all the major manufacturers are going to be there. Honda is going to have a couple things. There will be a world premiere of China's first Honda brand electric vehicle. Now, this is not going to be a Gonda model that's going to be in the United States, tailor-made for the United States alongside the Cadillac Lyriq. I don't think that it's going to be, even though the Cadillac Lyriq is supposed to be the Shanghai Motor Show, I don't think that this one will be a conglomeration with General Motors. I think this is going to be the Honda E SUV or the SUVe, just a production version. It was showed at the last Shanghai Motor Show, I believe. So I think they're just going to show the full production version of it. And it's possible that it could also be a plug-in hybrid model as well, based off the SUV, just how this reads. Now, I've heard other publications saying that there's going to be an EV for Honda, and then Honda will also have a completely separate model for plug-in hybrid. So we'll see what comes down the hatch there. And lastly, over at Automotive News, if you guys are golf fans or not, even if you're not, a lot of people follow the Masters just because it's the biggest golfing event of the year, every single year in Augusta, Georgia. Well, the winner, he was actually the first Japanese person to ever win a major, let alone the Masters. So that was really cool. But he's also sponsored by Lexus. He's been sponsored by Lexus since 2014, and the Lexus logo was on his polo the entire tournament, which is pretty cool. So I'm sure Lexus feels pretty good about, sponsoring a player that, in 2014, they had no idea how good he would eventually be, and now he's the world's best, at least at this point in time. He just won the Masters, guys. You can't really get higher than that. You can win more majors and more Masters down the road, but that's like the pinnacle if you're a golfer. Like, this is a big deal for Japan. There's a huge following of golf in Japan, and it's going to be great for the community there, as well as Lexus getting their brand all over in the media. So I thought that was pretty cool, and congratulations to Mr. Matsuyama-san. Amazing, congrats. And yeah, much more luck to you. And I thought it was interesting is that his fleet here in the United States, when he travels around or goes or is at a golf course in the United States, he's given 4 LXs to just drive around and be a baller in. And in Japan, he just has 1 RX. It's so cool. But anyways, guys, I will end it there. Are you excited about the Land Cruiser's powertrains? I would love to have that diesel. I can't say that enough. I'm interested to see what Lexus has to show with the refreshed ES, and I'm not going to hype myself up over it, but definitely stay tuned for the channel. April 19th, I'll give you guys not hands-on, but I'll give you up-to-date impressions. And Honda will also be coming out with some stuff, as well as the other manufacturers. I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Smash the like button if you have not. Subscribe if you're not. Catch you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.